Hello, good afternoon. I am Keith Omandam from Fin 11 B4, and I am going to talk about all the topics that we have learned regarding the subject. This video will consist of all the topics we had before the midterm, and the part 2 will be the topics after the midterm. So, to start off, welcome to Fin 11 Basic Financial. In this course, subject, I learned about the core principles of finance, such as preparation of finance analysis, importance of cash, analysis of financial ratios, time value of money, risk, and investments. There are two viewpoints needed to be considered in business, which are as an investor who is seeking to make intelligent investment choices, and as a business manager trying to maximize the value of his or her firm's stock. So the main reason that we study finance is, first, understand that money have a way of making every decision emotional. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Learn how to save money and save separate budgets for emergencies, education, traveling, retirement, and many more. Learn how to invest and in what to invest to. And next, learn why you shouldn't put all your eggs in the same basket, of course. I heard of cryptocurrencies and other hype stock investments. As industries are constantly developing, finance is one of the areas of our society whose evolution is strongly connected to the development of new technologies, and that means improvements are inevitable. The rationale in learning all this is to, number one, eventually fund your dream job. Many financial industry jobs provide a great opportunity to learn the basics of how to make money if you choose to consider the first few years. Work as investing in your future every day will become more meaningful. Number two, start your own business. If you learn how a company works and what it takes to make a profit, you can use this knowledge and one day start your own venture. An entrepreneur used his or her training to build own company around in development. Number three, support causes that you care about. Number four, become an investor. A background in finance is important if you want to buy publicly traded stocks or make a position in private company. It can also be very fulfilling to find yourself in a situation where you can direct your funds into profitable enterprises. Number five, be fun. Many jobs in financial industry involve interacting with various people to put together deals or promote a concept. A financial consulting professional told me that she feels fortunate to spend her days with people that she likes and admires. So, the chapter 1 is an overview of financial management. The introduction to financial reporting will give an idea of what financial management is all about. We begin the chapter by describing how finance is related to the overall business and buying, discussing the different forms of business of these reports is to examine resource usage, cash flow, business performance, and the financial health of the business. This helps you and your investors make informed decisions about how to manage a business. So, the forms of the business: sole proprietorship, a type of business entity that is owned and run one individual. There is no legal distinction between the owner and the business. So, sole proprietorships are the most common form of legal structure for small businesses. The vast majority of small businesses start out as a sole proprietorship. So the advantages of a sole proprietorship is, first, easiest and least expensive form of ownership. to organize. Sole proprietors are in complete control and within the parameters of the law may make decisions as they see fit. Sole proprietors receive all the income generated by the business to keep or reinvest. But the disadvantages are sole proprietorship have the unlimited liability and are legally responsible for all the debts against the business. Their business and personal assets are at risk. It may be at a disadvantage in raising funds and are often limited to using funds from personal savings or consumer loans. It may also have a hard time attracting high-caliber employees or those that are motivated by the opportunity to own a part of the business. Some employee benefits such as owner medical insurance premiums are not directly deductible from business income. So the next are partnerships. An association between two or more people in business seeking a profit partnership that can be created with little formality, but because more than one person is involved. A partnership agreement should be created. A partnership agreement stipulates the terms of the partnership by formalizing rules for profit, loss, sharing ownership percentages, dissolution terms, and management rights, among many other things. In a partnership, two or more people are share ownership of a single business. Like proprietorship, the law does not distinguish between the business and its owners. The partners should have a legal agreement that sets forth how, because the decisions will be bought out, or what steps will be taken to dissolve the partnership when needed. Yes, it's hard to think about a breakup when the business is just getting started, but many partnerships split up at crisis times. And unless there is a defined process, that there will be even a greater problems. So they also must decide upfront how much time and capital each will contribute, and etc. So the advantages of partnership is that relatively easy to establish. However, time should be invested in developing the agreement. And the disadvantages are partnerships are jointly and individually liable for the actions of the other partners. Profits must be shared with others. Since decisions are made, disagreements can occur. Some employee benefits are not deductible from business income or on tax returns. The partnership may have a limited life. It may end up upon the withdrawal or death of a partner. So the next is corporations. Corporations are the most complex business structure. A corporation is legal entity that is separate and independent from the people who can own two or more corporations, shareholders. A corporation has a ability to enter into contracts that of shareholders, but it also certain responsibilities such as employment taxes and etc. So the advantages of a corporation is that shareholders have limited liability for the corporation debts or judgments against the corporations. Generally, shareholders can only be held accountable for their investment in stock of the company. Corporations can raise additional funds in the sale of stock. A corporation may deduct the cost of benefits it provides to officers and employees. It can also elect S corporation status requirements are met. This election enables company to tax similar to a partnership. This disadvantage of the corporation is that the process of incorporation requires more time and money than other organizations. And the corporations are monitored by federal, state, and some local agencies, and as a result may have more paperwork comply with regulations. Incorporating may result in higher overall taxes. Dividends paid to shareholders are not deductible for business income, thus income can be taxed twice. And lastly, limitability. A hybrid between a corporation, general partnership, and sole proprietorship. The owners of an LLC are called members. Members may include individuals, corporations, and other LLCs and foreign entities. Most states permit LLC with only one owner called single member. So, the owners are members, and duration of the LLC is usually determined when the organization papers are filled. So, the taxation, an LLC is considered a pass-through entity for tax purposes. Liability. LLC members are protected from personal for business debts and claims a future known as limited liability. Formation. To form an LLC, you must pay a filing fee estimated to $100 to $800 and must have articles of an organization when at the time the entity is established. So we are now at Chapter 2, Financial Market and Institutions. So what are financial market and institutions? The financial market is divided between investors and financial institutions. The term financial institution is a broad phrase referring to organizations which act as agents. The key takeaways are a financial institution is a company engaged in business of dealing with financial and monetary transactions such as deposits, loans, and investments. And so to summarize this, financial markets and institutions consist of agents, brokers, institutions, and intermediaries transacting purchases such as securities. The many persons and institutions operating in the financial markets are linked by contracts, communications, networks which form an externally visible financial structure, laws, and friendships. The financial market is divided between investors and financial institutions. So that's it for Chapter 1 and 2. Thank you.